From hating gym class to becoming a Gen X wellness queen, Oonagh Duncan's journey is as real as it gets. Author, podcaster, fitness rebel, she's changing the conversation on health habits and hormones, one kick-ass woman at a time. Spoiler alert, there's also an 80s hairband. This episode of The Rebel Rebel is brought to you by my book, Brand Jitsu. All right, forget brand theory. This is branding that punches above its weight. After 25 years helping artists, entrepreneurs, and businesses stand out, I wrote Brand Jitsu. Move your brand from meh to memorable. It's the real stuff, story, strategy, and sharp positioning that makes people pay attention. Find it at your favorite bookstore or online at brandjitsu.com. Welcome to The Rebel Rebel. I'm your host, Michael Dargie, and somewhere around the world for me, please welcome to the show, Oonagh Duncan. Oonagh, how the heck are you?
Oh, I am great. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Are.
Yeah.
I'm happy you're here too. So just to, I don't know, catch us up and figure out, some initial stuff about Oonagh. Where are you in the world right now?
I am on Salt Spring Island in British Columbia, Canada.
Oh my God. I love Salt Spring Island. I have been there exactly one time.
I know. I was there when you were there this one time. For anyone who's not familiar with Salt Spring Island, we're about a 40-minute ferry from Victoria, and it takes about 3 hours by ferry to get here from Vancouver.
Yeah, and what a lovely little island that I didn't get to see enough of.
Yeah.
I will be back. And Oonagh, what is it that you do in the world? Like if you were to, and I know that you do a lot of stuff, but like if you were just to be like, this is me in the moment right now, what would that be?
Oh man, Michael, I got to work on my elevator pitch. So, I should hire you to help me with this. But basically what I normally say to people is that I run a fitness and nutrition, an online fitness and nutrition company, specializing in helping Gen X women develop habits that make them feel amazing, even when nothing has ever stuck before. So, so that's what I do. My company is called Fit Feels Good. And I am also an author. I have a book called Healthy as Fuck, and I'm a podcaster and a TEDx speaker. And but day to day, what I do is I talk to Gen X women specifically about usually healthy habits and what's getting in the way of making it happen. And in my podcast, we go a little bit more broad. We talk about my podcast called Goals, Grit, and Some Woo-Woo Shit. And so I talk about people who have achieved amazing goals. We talk about the grit that it takes to achieve those amazing goals and all the woo-woo mindset stuff that I believe is really the clincher to making it all happen.
I love that description. You don't have to work on your elevator pitch at all. That was perfect.
Oh, yes. Fist pump.
My God. Yeah, I love it. So, okay. So, I mean, Healthy as Fuck, which I think is amazing. And I like how narrow your focus is for helping Gen X women. Like I love how specific that is.
Do you know what? It should be more specific. This is sort of an evolution of my brand. I started out teaching boot camps, 6 a.m. boot camps in the parks in Toronto, and I loved it. And I loved the diversity of my clientele. We had, a guy who was in his 50s, but he used to be like a rock star in the 80s. And he just had all these stories about groupies and what dirtbags Platinum Blonde was and stuff like that. And then we had like these, Bay Street dudes. And then we had some new Canadians from all over. We had couples who came together because they wanted to look good for the wedding. And it was just amazing. I loved the diversity of my clientele. And because everyone's so human when you are like doing the 3rd minute of your plank and you're weeping, or you're running up a hill and it's raining, and everyone is boiled down to their ultimate humanity. And I loved that. And so when I went online, I was so proud to be like, we're fitness for everyone. And then I, eventually got some business coaches that are like, dude, you can't do that. Like, you can't be fitness. Like, no one's going to find you. You've got to niche down. And so I noticed that a lot of people were joining my program as a gift for their 40th birthday to themselves. And I was like, wow, okay, so I will do and so I did a webinar called How to Get Lean, Stay Healthy, and Generally Kick Ass in Your 40s. And then so I started specializing on women in their 40s. And, here I'm talking to you, I'm 48, so we're kind of moving up. So I'm sort of like, follow me, guys. We're moving out of our 40s now.
New target.
That's right, yeah, new target. Yes, because so I've had to change, a lot of my conversations to losing the baby weight to more, menopause and stuff like that. But anyway, but what I should do is niche down more, because now the market is increasingly saturated. that you have to be, teaching fitness for women in their 40s who are, gluten-free rock climbers. You got to get so specific.
Oh my, are there that many gluten-free rock climbers that there's a market?
Well, interesting and good question. I think you'd want to test that particular demographic. But what I'm saying is that for those that are gluten-free rock climbers, they're scrolling around in a sea of bazillion fitness influencers, and they all are doing the exact same, butt selfies and gluten-free shakes on Instagram. You're like, where's my person? Oh my God, it's the person that does the gluten-free rock climbing thing. That's me. That's me. Exactly.
Holy, how much has the sand shifted during the time that you've been doing this?
Oh my gosh. I think that, it started in 2014. So I'm just past 10 years in the fitness industry.
Congrats.
And thank you. As having my own company, I was in the fitness industry for probably a decade or a little bit more before that. Yeah. But wow, dude, I know every business has changed a lot since 2014. I mean, there have been just seismic shifts in the world since 2014. Right. And in my industry in particular, so much of it has been about weight loss for, I don't know, centuries, and or at least the past century. And now that's kind of taken care of with GLP-1s. My business in particular, GLP-1s, Ozempic, Mounjaro, stuff like that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So my business in particular is just completely upended with the new classification of weight loss drugs, which is fine for me because I've always been more fitness than straight weight loss.
Right.
But I have to, I was just going to say, when I first started, I actually used to be a fat activist, where I would advocate against anti-fat attitudes in society. And so it was really important to me when I started in the fitness industry that I was very, body neutral. I never talked about, let's get some tank top arms, girls, or whatever. I never did that kind of language. And then I was told by my clients, we're feeling a little silenced because the truth is we want to lose weight. We're here because we want to lose weight. Right. And so I had to consciously shift my conversation more over to an inclusive, and sane, talk about fat loss. And my book is largely about fat loss and weight loss. And now it's not irrelevant, but there is less demand for that kind of stuff given the new classification of weight loss drugs.
Interesting. So, I mean, maybe the pivot is to, back to fitness, not necessarily weight loss stuff. I think about, I mean, I'm not a Gen X woman. I'm a Gen X dude. And, I do love going to the gym. I don't get there as often as I was going. I need to get back to it. I know that when I go and I'm consistent, I feel way better, and the weight comes off it flies off.
Okay. All the Gen X women listening to that just went, fuck you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's my metabolism. I'm like an ectomorph, I think.
Right. Right.
Or maybe I'm mesomorph, ecto to meso, whatever that is.
I kind of forget the ectomorph, mesomorph, blah, blah, blah has kind of been discredited. It was based on some racist shit that I can't, and I won't, I mean, geez, what isn't, right? But I think, it's kind of been dropped, but really recently, Michael, you are not on the hook for that. When I was, I used to teach the certification that taught personal trainers, and we were still learning the ectomorph, mesomorph, and see what a crap teacher I am. I can't remember the endomorph. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. All right. Well, there you go.
What you can say is that you've got the kind of metabolism that easily converts food to energy, and you're able to burn it off really easily when you exercise, which is unusual, my friend. Yes.
That's good. Well, it used to be way better when I was younger. But this is how we do. This is how we do as we age. Anyway, let's flash back for a sec. What got Oonagh interested in this world? Did you, as a young girl, maybe you're 4 years old, you're like, I'm going to be a fitness person?
Dude, no, no. Okay. I was sort of anti all of this for a lot. I was very much not athletically inclined or talented. I really didn't like moving. Even grade 4, I would have really not wanted to do jump roping or running around. I wanted to read. and sit underneath the portable and read, preferably actually inside. I would hang out in the washrooms to avoid going outside and exercising. So I was really not sporty at all. And moving into my teens and 20s, I was an enthusiastic smoker and really could not imagine anything more embarrassing than physically trying at anything.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you would be shocked at what happens, Michael, when you...
This is my shocked face.
Yeah. No, you would be shocked at what happens when you don't try physically at anything and smoke enthusiastically and eat whatever you want. It turns out not great. It turns out not great for you. Yeah. I know. I'm so sorry to break the news to all of your listeners that doesn't work out in the end. And so what happened, shockingly, is that I started to put on weight and then I started to really try to take the weight off, and I would increasingly try. I should say I did gain weight. This is the state of things. I was never obese. I never had to face the kind of discrimination or health problems that obese people face.
Right.
And I was still at the point where I was constantly preoccupied on how to lose 10 pounds. If anyone said like, hey, you want to come to like my birthday next month? I'd be like, sure. And then the first thought was like, okay, how am I going to lose 10 pounds before that happens?
Oh, no.
How am I going to lose 10 pounds before school photos? How am I going to lose 10 pounds before going to that person's cottage where we're all going to be in bathing suits? So that was always there.
Yeah.
So then I started very secretly trying some things, some stupid things. And when I say secretly, the reason it was so secret is because I also thought of myself as, a feminist, alternative. There was no way that I was going to get sucked into all of this bullshit of trying to look a certain way. And secretly, I really did.
Sure.
So what I did was I sent away, I did all of the things. I did the low carb, whatever the low carb thing was at the time. There's a million versions of it, and Weight Watchers. And at one point I remember, do you remember magazines when they were like, send a self-addressed envelope to blah, 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 and you will get a sea monkey or whatever. And in my case, it was this green stuff. And there was like such nonsense. This green stuff that they were like, this chlorophyll acts magically while you sleep in order to like burn the calories while you sleep and blah, blah, blah. Like, and I was like, give me that. That shit is what perfect. I need. It was great. And then, but the thing about the green chlorophyll slime that I sent away for in the mail was that you had to have it on an empty stomach. So you had to wait 4 hours before taking it right before sleep. So basically it worked because you just weren't eating at night.
Right. This is, what do they call that? Intermittent fasting.
Right. You were just not eating.
Slime.
Yeah. I was just not eating as much at night. So anyway, ridiculous. So anyway, I would do all that kind of stuff, and surprise, none of it really worked. And I just started getting heavier and heavier despite my trying harder and harder. If any of your listeners can relate to that, how frustrating and maddening and preoccupying that is when your effort keeps ramping up and your results keep getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Horrible. That's a horrible feeling.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess what was the pivotal point for you? Where you
The pivotal point is very embarrassing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, because I have talked about it before. It's fine. So I had a treadmill that I think, we found on the street in Toronto. They've got those,
as you do,
those garbage bag day, and then you can grab stuff. Yeah. And so me and my brother lugged this thing into the house, and I made this deal with myself that I could watch whatever rotting junk I wanted, as long as I was on the treadmill. And I didn't have to like run. I couldn't have run to save my fucking life. So I just had to be walking on the treadmill. But if I was walking on the treadmill, I could watch Jerry Springer and Maury Povich. Oh, wow, yeah.
This is dating the adventure. Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Quality television.
Quality. Geez. And I would do anything to find out who the father was. Like, I was on my treadmill, but like, what's going to happen? And in doing so, I developed this positive association with exercise, which had previously been absolute psychological torture, physical hell. I hated it. But because I was just walking, and because I was like watching this very compelling TV that was horrible, I started to really like want to do it more. And then one day I was like, well, what if I tried to run for an entire commercial? Remember, the commercials were 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to put the thing up to like 5, if anyone's familiar. I went to 5 and I was like, for the full 30 seconds. Then I jumped off and I was like, I did it. I ran for the 30 seconds.
Oh
and
God,
so like, it was that gradual. And it was that. And when I did that, can I run for 30 seconds? It was an attitude of like, just curiosity. There was no pressure about it. Like all the trauma that I had from gym class or starting, joining a gym and then seeing all the fit people and being scared of the machines and tiptoeing backwards out of it. And none of that was there. It was just a really, what am I trying to say? It was just curious. I wonder if I can do that. There was no pressure about it.
That's amazing. And and consistency.
That's right. Consistency and developing a positive association with it. So in my book, I talk mostly about the habit loop and how we can create the psychology of habits and how it works. So if you hate exercise, if you hate eating healthy, or not even if you hate it, most people think that, or don't think that they hate it. They just think they can't make it stick.
Right.
And so the thing to make it stick, there's 2 things. You just have to make it way more pleasurable and you have to make it smaller. So for me, I was like, I just can't make it stick to go to the gym. That's because for me, going to the gym at that point was such a huge ask.
Sure.
Every part of it was too big, too logistically difficult, too scary, too hard physically. All of it was way too big.
Right.
And also there was no, like, the only thing I got from it was like, okay, I did it. It was horrible, but I did it. Whereas, walking on a treadmill was such a low ask. And it was so pleasurable. So then I started to build the habit loop. And then then the habit loops, they build on themselves. Then you start to your ego is like, what if I could try this? What if I could try that? If it feels safe. So you really have to build that foundation of trigger behavior reward. And most people, when they think they can't stick to something, it's because it doesn't feel rewarding.
Amazing. Color me inspired.
Awesome.
All right. What do you do right now to fill Oonagh's bucket? Like what's the thing that gets you back to where you need to be?
Oh, what a good question. One of my most nurturing habits right now is that every Sunday at like 6, 7 a.m., my girlfriends and I from my street, we go for a 2-hour-long hike. And and then we just catch up about everything that happened in the week. And that's amazing. Awesome exercise, catching up. I love that. One of my favorite things for sure. Yeah. And dance is always solid for me. Dancing.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
What's your move?
What isn't my move? Please. No, I am not a talented dancer. I am an enthusiastic dancer. Yes.
That's all that counts, right? Like you do anything enthusiastically, you're good.
That's right.
Yeah. Wow. What is, it's kind of a weird question, but do you have any guilty pleasures? Like a thing that you're like, this is just for me.
Oh yeah. God, I don't even know if I have any pleasures that aren't guilty. I'm so such a disgrace, really. Actually, there's a stupid trend on social media right now that says, unfortunately, I do love, and my social media manager poked me to be like, can you do one of these? And I was like, oh. They're supposed to be like your guilty pleasures, like the things that are like, you might not think that I like this, but I do. So mine said stuff like fake meat. I'm vegan and I love fake meat, and you're not supposed to like all like heavily processed. I'm like, I don't care. Give me that fucking fake burger. Love that. I love fart reels. Love fart reels. I will die screaming, laughing on the floor if there's a good fart prank.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's a guilty pleasure for sure.
Uh-huh.
What else is on there? Gosh, I'm trying to forget what I love bad music, like bad. Like the stuff played at weddings, bar mitzvahs. Yeah. Cotton Eye Joe me.
Like wedding singer kind of.
Yes. Okay. Love it. All
right.
Yeah.
Like Lunch Lady Land, maybe. Oh, that's a pretty good song. What's the best part about living on an island?
You know what? Living on an island makes me a better person. Really? Reluctantly.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I first moved here from Toronto, I mean, I feel that I want to say like I wasn't a bitch, and I don't think I was a bitch. But I think that I was just like in my world, like, I'd go to get the coffee and then I wouldn't stop and focus on the barista and be like, hey, what's your name? How's your day going? Blah, blah, blah. Because I'm like, I just had Toronto mindset where I was like, I'm never going to see this person again. I wish them well. I will give you a tip, but like, I'm not going to really socially invest in you.
Right.
And living on an island, I remember the first week we were here, my husband and I are sitting in the pub and he said, just be careful what you say because the person who sold us our insurance is behind you and our kid's teacher is over there. And I was like, whoa. Okay. So here's the thing. You really got to say hi to the barista because they're also going to be your kid's soccer coach. You really can't cut people off because everyone's going to be like, there's Oonagh in her fucking car. Like, they know your car. Yeah. You should, I went into, the emergency room at our hospital, which sounds alarming, but it's not because it was really hard to get a doctor. And so you just go to the emergency room, whatever, you need a prescription or whatever. And when I was checking with the nurse, she said, oh, are you Dylan's wife? He teaches my son soccer or whatever. Like, so really, you just can't. I always thought about, in celebrities, sometimes you see on like Reddit, they're like, what celebrity have you met and were they a jerk or were they nice?
Yeah.
And people have all these answers. And I think, man, I'm so glad I'm not a celebrity because your behavior would get reported all the time. Like, yeah. And then I'm like living on an island. You're kind of like, you just have to be nice all the time. And it's good. I think that is a good challenge for humans to rise to. Don't be a dick. Yeah.
Don't be a dick. Maybe that'll be the episode of the show. Don't be a dick. Love it. Okay. So you said you like fake meat, hey?
Oh, yeah.
Like, do you, and I don't know if it's still out there. I heard they're gone out of business. Eve's?
Eve's is going out of business. Yeah. Beyond Meat is crashing. I mean, was it Beyond Meat or Impossible? One of them said like, it's just not our time. I mean, our time is so, there's been a huge, pendulum swing back towards animal food products. And so all the, meat alternatives that have emerged.
Yeah.
I think rightly in the face of evidence that this is better for us and better for our planet to eat more meat alternatives. And like, that's not even controversial. It's funny because sometimes people are like, where do you stand on this controversy? And I'm like, it's not, that's only controversial on social media. It's not really controversial in science. Everyone thinks that's true. Yeah. Whether it's right for every individual, I mean, I don't want to fucking get into it, but like, and I feel pretty neutral about it with my program. I have omnivore, vegan, and vegetarian versions, and I don't care what people, I really don't. But I do think that the pendulum towards, the carnivore diet, I 100% think is absolutely fucking bonkers, fucking bonkers. But it's really popular right now. So there's a huge movement towards eating meat.
So my parents bought me a book called How Not to Die.
Oh, yeah. I've had that guy on my podcast. Yeah.
Have you really?
Yeah. He endorsed my book. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. So my parents went full into it and they're vegan and their health went like whoop. They were already healthy to begin with, but they're crushing it.
Wow. Good for them. So they probably don't eat oil either. Is it oil free?
Yeah. I'm
whole food,
pretty sure it's like,
oil free.
It's they've gone the whole.
He means business. Yeah.
Yeah. And my mom's serious. And my dad, they're just like, they're into it. And they're,
that's so great.
Really, really cool. It's inspiring.
Oh, that must be nice for you to know that they're taking care of themselves. Like,
yeah. And when I go there, I mean, the weirdest thing is, here I am in Calgary and, hustle and bustle. It's not Toronto, but it's like, we have our own thing. And you go out there and we're in Sydney and I'm hanging out with them and my mom makes dinner and it's a reasonable portion of really good food that you feel clean after eating.
Sure.
And I'm not jonesing for anything more than that. Whereas in Calgary, I'm like, just give me the then afterwards I'm just like, I hate myself, but I'll do it again.
Totally. Yep.
All right.
I mean, probably a lot of that is fiber. Your parents are probably eating a ton of fiber. Oh, yeah. And then the fiber is more satiating. And then you're like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah,
whereas when you have, thing. What's that?
Fiber's the thing.
And fiber is the thing. Yeah, for sure.
I didn't know I was into fiber until I turned 50. But I'm just like, fiber's awesome. Like, why did I poo-poo that before?
Totally. Totally. It's like we turn 50 and we're suddenly interested in like fiber and birds and the shingles shot and like
Shintrix. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Awesome. So how often do you get to, I want to say the mainland, but the mainland, let's not call it Vancouver. Let's be like Vancouver Island.
The bigger island.
How often do you get there?
How much did I get there? Things fits and starts, but I would say on average, probably every 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you get to take that cool ferry.
Yeah.
Did I tell you I learned a thing about the ferry that I thought I spent like an hour freaking out because I couldn't figure out how to pay for my ferry back.
Oh yeah. Off Salt Spring. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like losing it. And then finally I went into the coffee shop where we met and I'm just like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. They're just like, it's free. You paid for it on the way here. Anyway, what is the coolest thing you've ever seen on your ferry ride?
Well, do you know what's awful about being a local is the ferry ride is it's like a bus ride for you now.
Oh no.
Like people don't even look up. They don't even look out their windows. They're like, orca, whatever. Honestly, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? That is how, accustomed to get to it.
That's fair.
But we've seen orcas kind of frequently. It's pretty cool. I mean, I think the coolest thing you see is your friends. You run into your people. It's a small island again, right? There's always going to be someone on the ferry. So if you need to ride somewhere or whatever, there's always someone there.
What's the one thing you haven't done yet that you need to do before you shuffle off this mortal coil?
Oh man. So many things, see lots of cool places and all that stuff. But do you want to hear? I would love. I don't know if I've ever said this to anyone but my husband. And my hesitancy because it's probably not going to happen. Of course, it's not going to happen. I would love to be in an '80s hair rock cover band, and where I get to sing like White Snake and stuff like that. That's what I would love.
Why is that?
And I want to do it. And I want to do it at brunch. I don't want to fucking stay up late for it. I want to have a brunch event where I've got my wicked 80s hair rock cover band.
I have a feeling you're going to make that happen.
Oh, thank you.
I feel this for you.
Put the woo-woo vision out to the world.
Yeah, woo-woo vision.
Yes.
Yeah, it's there.
Thank you.
That is so cool. Backcomb your hair.
Yeah.
Spandex.
Tightest pants.
Yeah.
And
some things on your
lots of things on my totally and shrieking while people are eating their pancakes. Yeah.
You need to have a really cool band name.
Yeah.
Huh.
How about you? What's your answer to that?
Well, the one thing, oh my gosh. I think it all revolves around travel. Like I just want to go to new places.
What's your top one right now?
I think I have a top three. Like I think Portugal is on the list. It keeps showing up for me. Like people I talk to, they're just like, "Oh, we're going to Portugal." I'm just like, "What?"
Yeah.
Greece. And they're like specifically, like I think I want to go to Corfu because there was a book that I used to read as a kid, My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durrell. And it was about him growing up as a young boy on Corfu. So I just I need that to come full circle. And then Costa Rica is the third one.
Cool. That's great. Those are all pretty accessible. Like if you had said Tibet or something, I'd be like, okay, well, better start planning.
Yeah. I mean, again, love to do that. I was talking with a friend of mine earlier today and he's just like, I've been to like Japan 14 times. I wrote this book that blah, blah, blah while I was there that launched my career. And he's just like, I love Japan. I'm just like, oh, I went to Narita Airport once on our way to the Philippines and I love Japan. We had sushi, we had a beer and I used their toilet, which is amazing.
Oh, that's an experience for sure.
Right? Like that changed my world.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, I just went off on a little thing here. Let's say you're out there for a walk. You're by yourself. You're going through the forest. You're smelling Salt Spring Island. I imagine it smells really good. Foresty, probably, with a hint of ocean. And you're sitting there thinking to yourself, Oonagh, I just wish the world knew this one thing. What's the one thing that you wish the world knew?
I mean, what's driving me most crazy right now is all the misinformation right now about women's health. It's just so rampant and so discouraging. I will hear from my friends and people who are so smart, so educated, and they will ask something that I'm like, oh my God, where are you hearing this shit? And I guess I would want all of my beloveds to stop following 90%, 99% of all the menopause influencers and natural health influencers, and really get more literate and discerning about how to root out predatory misinformation.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
it's
amazing.
Boring answer, but yeah.
No, that's amazing. That's a great answer. One of my clients has partnered up with the Women's Health Coalition of Canada. And
oh, wow.
They're sort of on that mission as well. There's like all sorts of cool stuff in there.
Oh, hook me up.
I will hook you up.
Amazing.
Look at chills.
Oh, yeah.
Ow. All right. So 80s hairband, hey? I love that answer. I think that's so cool. What was your favorite 80s band?
You know what? I can't even narrow that down because I'm more about like the different songs.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Give us the milieu. Give us the mix.
Yeah, like Def Leppard.
Okay.
And In Excess.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. What else? But yeah, and I don't know always the names of the artists. It's more the songs.
That's fine. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I understand the vibe.
Yeah. My song, and I practice. I practice for this dream, Michael. I really do. We have karaoke in my house. I like let her rip to like White Snake, and yeah.
Oh my God.
It's a little bit of a drag thing too.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit drag. Anyway.
Okay. Okay, so you dress up as your favorite 80s rocker?
I mean, 80s rockers were very gender ambiguous anyway, so I don't think it matters. I don't think that really matters at all. I think maybe it matters more my vocal range is in the shrieking of men than the shrieking of women. I mean, I can't do any heart or anything like that.
It's good to know your limitations.
Yeah, that's right. I'm realistic with this, please.
Yeah, this isn't unrealistic goal.
No, this is a totally normal dream.
Okay, so your book, Healthy as Fuck, people can buy it, clearly.
Yes, people should buy it.
People should buy it. And do you have another book in you?
You know what? I don't. It's not. Maybe, but it's not emerging now. I did have another book, and it turned into my podcast. I actually even started writing the proposal for it, and I was just about to submit it, and I said, you know what? This is my very sweet agent, literary agent, who we share, said to me, he's like, you know what? This might be a sophomore book. And he explained, or did I say anyway, we agreed together. Do you know about the sophomore book phenomenon?
No.
So I had a sophomore play. This is how I know he's absolutely right.
Okay.
Play called Talk 30 to Me, which was based on interviews that I did with 29-year-olds about how they felt about becoming adults in an era of delayed adolescence.
Interesting.
And yeah, it was great. It was an amazing project. And it was like one of those one-hit wonder kind of things. It got picked up by a company in New York City. I got to go to New York and do the opening, and it was off when it got produced in Malta and London. It was just crazy. It was a crazy breakout phenomenon play. And so then I just got all of my ego stroked, and I decided, I was like, well, I'm going to do a follow-up. And I was asked to do a follow-up. Some boomers said, you've got to do one about the boomers turning 60. Because the big thing about Talk 30 to me was how it was, our parents are saying like, by the time I was your age, I had 4 kids and a house and a blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so part of the play was responding to the demographic differences between the two generations and blah, blah, blah.
Brilliant.
So then I wanted to do one about the boomers. And the boomers said, you have to do one about us turning 60 because we are turning 60 like no generation before. It's very different. And I said, I am the girl for this job. And I interviewed, hundreds of 60-year-olds. And I really, because I had all this, budget and connections now from the success of Talk 30 to me, it was a much bigger deal. And I had a fancy pants director and blah, blah, blah. And I rushed it. And I put it on for the next season, all with my jazz hands. It fucking flopped. It flopped. And not only did it flop, it flopped. And I got hate mail. Like, who takes the time to write hate mail to a playwright? Like, you gotta hate that fucking play.
Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't even disagree with the hate mail. I disagreed with the director's take. Now, if you're a good playwright, your work should be director proof,
Sure.
right? But I remember my Talk 30 play was to me play. I had a lot of say in every bit of the creative process, and I remember my lighting director very kindly saying to me, he's like, theater's a collaborative art. If you want to be the boss of everything, write a fucking book, which is very good advice. And so I did. But anyway, why am I talking about Talk 30 to me and Talk 60 to me? Oh, yes. Well, Talk 60 to me was my sophomore play. It was it was a follow-up of a successful thing that I thought, like, here you go, world. You want some more of that? And the world said, no, we do not. That was bullshit. Wow. And so when I wrote the follow-up, it wasn't a follow-up to Talk 30, Healthy as Fuck. Yeah. When I wrote the proposal for the next thing, because my wish is and was to expand beyond fitness and health and wellness more towards general sort of self-improvement type thing. And I so basically what that proposal turned into is my podcast.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's fine. I still feel like I'm expressing it, but I don't it's not a book. It's not going to be a book.
Yeah. Good pivot.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
Yeah. Good to know. Damn. Yeah. That has me thinking as I'm plotting and scheming my next 2 books.
Ooh. Oh, did I scare you with the sophomore book thing?
Oh, no,
I hope not.
No. Cause I've already talked with Sam about the 2 projects that I have cooking. And I think it's one of those things where he's going to wait to see when, it's a little further along in the oven. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then give his advice.
Nice. Yeah. He won't pull any punches. He'll tell it straight up. Yeah. Another example of the sophomore book. I just read Elizabeth Gilbert's new book. I don't know if you're familiar with it. She wrote Eat, Pray, Love. Okay. Eat, Pray, Love. Like massive phenomenon of a book. Huge. Yeah. And she ends up at the end getting together with the guy and the whole world is like, then what happened? And so she wrote a book about her marriage with this guy and the whole world went, fuck you. We don't care about that. And even though it was exactly what people are asking, she always says it was my least well-received book, even though it was exactly what people asked for.
Yeah. Well, because people don't know what they want, actually.
No, they don't. They really don't.
They want the journey. They don't want the resolution.
Right.
I think.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Huh. Oonagh, there are people in the world, and they might be Gen X women of destiny, like crushing it or not crushing it, trying to crush it, doing whatever they're about to do a thing. I call them rebels in waiting. And maybe they're just about to start a rebellion. Whatever that happens to be.
Yeah.
What advice would you give them to help them on their way to kick ass? Oh,
so much. Okay. I get so excited about this.
You take as much time as you want.
Thinking about people stepping into their potential. That is the most exciting thing. What I would say is, well, first identify what it is that you want. If you can nail that, that's huge. Most people can't. Most people have like a little bit of an itchy, no, it's not this, it's not that. So I will say first, that's okay. If you don't know exactly what it is, just play warm or colder. Like, for me, I'm like, 80s hairband, is that it? I'm like, I don't know, but that's warmer. That feels warm, whereas if I'm like writing another book, colder, so then it's just like a little temperature check. And then all you got to do is just sort of move towards the warmer. So even if you don't know exactly what it is, move towards the warmer, then that's awesome. And you can even like be even more gentle with yourself, because as soon your brain is going to go, yeah, but anytime, like, how to make it happen? What do I do next? No, it's never going to happen. So instead, what you would do is you would just identify, okay, but wait, what's the feeling that I want there? What is that feeling? I want to feel, you know, I'm trying to think of the feelings I want with my 80s hair thing. It's going to be embarrassing. Wait, let me see if I can tune in. It's like, you know, if I'm like, oh, I want to feel like a star, I want to feel like badass or whatever. Like you identify like the feelings that you want.
Yeah.
And then you start to like, and then tune into those feelings, like feel like, oh yeah, I want to feel a star, I want to feel badass. And then you'll start to like seek out those feelings like a heat seeking missile. And that may or may not lead you towards the thing that you think you want, but it doesn't fucking matter because you are getting those feelings and you're starting to move towards those feelings even more. And then you're going to start like cultivating more of that, and you're going to be giving off more of that. And it's just going to be like this ripple effect. And then you're going to get your friends on board. And honestly, the more you can get other people, even if it's kind of ridiculous, like this is literally the first time I've ever talked about my 80s hairband thing other than with my husband.
You heard it here first, people.
Well, that's right. Yes. But you know, now that I've said it, I'm like, Michael wishes the best for me. Maybe you do too, lovely listener. Or maybe you're like, this girl needs to get a fucking grip. Either way, I feel like I'm putting it out into the universe, and I'm not expecting anyone to be like, hello, is this Oonagh? Would you like to join? I'm not expecting
My
that.
name is John Bon Jovi. Let's do a thing.
We're looking for a new front woman. Anyway, but I just feel like when you, maybe Michael will be like, hey, next time you come to Calgary, let's go to karaoke, or, you know, whatever. Yeah. Tiny little fun things will start to happen. See, that's how it's going to work.
That is how the world works.
Yeah.
My God, Oonagh, this has been so much fun. I'm like, I want a part two, call it a year down the road. I want more Oonagh, and I want to see, I want to follow up and see how your hairband brunch went. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me. This is so fun.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode. Hey, if you're an artist, scientist, entrepreneur, or business owner who wants a smooth and proven method to find, shape, and share your story with the world, head on over to branjitsu.com and order a copy of my book, Branjitsu, Move Your Brand from Meh to Memorable. I've been your host, Michael Dargie, and this has been the Rebel Podcast. It's a podcast for creative rebels and entrepreneurs all over the world. And hey, if you're a rebel or you know a rebel, head on over to therebelpodcast.com and fill out the guest request form. Thanks so much for listening. Until next time.